Because Shane Dawson released a video, I want to extend this topic about AI. And Shane loves conspiracies because they are scary. And AI is increasingly more scary. And not much else. You know? There's not much else to it. Now, I literally have it one click away. See hi to YouTube, basically. Wow, very shy. It's a vibrant platform filled with creativity, entertainment, and knowledge. I literally went into the rabbit hole of trying to decode AI, and I might have to tell this story as well before I even start the video. However, the applications of AI, it's like that, and then deception. Porn deception, guys. And sometimes it's a mix of both worlds, where you're trying to deceive yourself that you're seeing a celebrity do porn, which is what I've discussed on this channel. I really hate to talk about this, but we kind of have to talk about this. This is actually buried, by the way. It's the lowest video in the search. It is very interesting how this didn't actually went anywhere. It didn't improve that much because censorship took place to put barriers on specifically the combination of these things. Because now it's too much. And in general, deception shouldn't be allowed in a way and shouldn't manifest, but it's just like, hey guys, I created this toy, and you just spread it across the internet. But AI cannot be used for anything useful besides search. Search. You lean to any of these, otherwise, and that's what you get. This is how it feels like. This is why it's scary, right? AI can only be a search tool. It can only just hand knowledge to you. Now, when it becomes a very good search tool, you're going to be able to, like, hey, find love. And you'll be dating people or something. Something that represents love very quickly. You're just finding things very, very quickly. Someone to talk to. Find someone to talk to. You just ask AI to do that. That's pretty nice. Otherwise, yes, there's entertainment application of AI, or like 10% of that entertainment, which is very awkward, I would say. Where just like people have superpowers to make anyone else do whatever they want. And it's just kind of like very brutal entertainment, I would say. Presidents playing Minecraft, this is where it started. It's also a combination of deception, but it's a combination of deception and entertainment. Alright? So instead of AI being in Uncanny Valley, the entire internet is diving into the Uncanny Valley. And I have no idea what to do about it. How do you react to just the flood of presidents playing with each other? Even though it's fake. It's a whole flood. Everyone's trying to do that. Capitalize on this trend. Holy shit.
I'll pick you up.
Oh, I made it back.
Damn, you did? All right, we'll cover the Z.
Got it. All right, everyone, follow me this way.
Who said you get to your thing?
Hey.
You get the idea? It's featuring because she's not a president. I'm not gonna lie, it's concerning, but this is the most important thing we will need to discuss: consent. More than ever before, because your mind can get fucked now. See, deception is about scams, and corn is about... I have no idea, bro. Also, emotional manipulation, or maybe it's a good thing. Because we're literally gonna have this in this video. There's two sides to this video. I will play with AI a little bit and generate more images. And that shit is still shocking to me of what it can do. Alright? For me, personally. What it can do for me. That everyone has these, like, powers. What do I do with these? That is the new race. Like, the adults of the world colluded and gave us all of these superpowers, and now you have to scramble and like, what the fuck do I do with these? So let's talk about it. I even see it as porn. Porn is like even greater form of entertainment to me. It's like, if AI is fucking our minds, might as well just let it do it. You know, let it replace a category of some sort, which would make women get out of jobs. Like, women are actually being outcompeted. Like, the only job that we're really losing right now because of AI is that one. The porn industry is literally on fire. Not only it's on fire, it's also attacked from two flanks. There's OnlyFans people. There's people from social media who are not even doing porn technically. Just look sexy and shit. It can grow increasingly dangerous the more greed you put into it. If you feel like you can just gain money out of building AI tools, I mean, maybe. Maybe. It sounds pretty expensive. And I had to pay for this thing. Alright? I had to pay $70 for a year. And if I want the porn version, I have to double the price of what I pay. Not to mention, YouTube Premium has risen from $8 to $10, at least for me personally. Because it's country basis, right? Everything you do for AI will be used against you. Information now that you can gather across the internet can now pretty much catch predators, just do a lot of things for the law enforcement that we have never seen before. Maybe it can even catch me. Maybe I've done something wrong at this point. We should just all live in fear, right? It's kind of messed up. The government will take over. I wish that doesn't happen. See, the AI is not scary. It's the government that's scary. You know, this is the government that's gonna leech power from that shit. You know, most people are scared of TikTok. Yeah. That's not the problem anymore. TikTok has turned into its own just spawn of evil, basically. Because it's sort of closely tied to AI. It's also feeding a lot of information about AI a lot faster than a YouTube would ever do. I don't even know if YouTube even cares about feeding information about AI. Let me check shorts. I'll give YouTube 50 shorts.
Irish. I'll Google.
If I just print more.
I hate this. There is a guy in Japan making.
What's that? There's a guy in Japan. Where's AI? It's not talking about AI at all.
Why do so many songs?
It's almost a conspiracy, bro.
Then they'll have no.
Have you ever seen that video?
I'm about 20 shorts deep right now.
Pull that video.
These things in
Actually,
I got nothing, bro. YouTube Shorts does not let people talk and tell stories and let them express what they care about or just do anything scary in that sense. And AI is one of those things, just like most people just going to be oblivious to what's going on, which is crazy, even crazier. So, all right, cool. If I open TikTok, I get news bombarded, and this TikTok is scary, bro. That's the difference between YouTube Shorts and TikTok. It's definitely a scare factor. And if you want to learn about AI a lot faster, you should probably just switch to TikTok right now. Fear cannot be underestimated. It kills. We have entered apocalypse, 8 years of fear, of understanding the different levels of fear as well. the highest level of fear is going to be election year, when you have to elect yourself as high as possible. You have to show your self-esteem to other people to the point where they start believing that you are important. AI can extract fearful information faster than anything else. So sensitive information, collect, extract, and just put it on the table of any law enforcement figure out there, as long as they have the power to search the internet the same way, or even more. It is weird. I don't even want to talk about it. I hope it doesn't happen, but it's just one of those things, you know? Like face scanning is definitely a thing. You can search the internet of faces if any photos are uploaded. That's kind of still the tip of the iceberg, but you basically can recognize any person, even from the street. Take a photo of them, scan their face. Like, EU already outlawed that sort of behavior, but it's just available now for criminals more than, you know, regular people. So nothing, outlaw nothing, bro, unless you start catching these weirdos. Anyone can now recognize you in the street as long as you have social media. They can link those accounts very quickly. That's creepy, you know, like AI is just giving all the creeps all the powers, which includes me. I'm a little bit of a creep. I like sexy things. I am a loner, you know. Women have not approached me in any way, which I am much more approachable in that sense. You know, I just want to talk. I just want to share information and talk about cool things like I already do on my YouTube channel. I can do it with women. I can respect them, you know, but neither men nor women actually are capable of finding me. So that's fine. Maybe I just wait and something happens. Maybe AI is going to be that search engine that breaks the everlasting loneliness epidemic. Maybe that's the thing that Apocalypse is started for, to fight loneliness. Because it seems like nothing is working, to be honest. The only thing I have witnessed personally is that North Korea was crying that they can't make babies. That's kind of it. And that's not even a like worldwide news. It's not like AI now directly tackles loneliness, but that's what I'm hoping it would do. Don't spend money, boys. Watch my previous video. See, the more scared we are, the less AI technology we're going to use. And all of a sudden, it's just going to censor itself. You know, it's going to back away. Because it is weird how much stuff from the singularity we actually need. What singularity is very interesting. People are talking about stages of AI and just like, oh no, it's going to rule the world. This is all the computer capacity, right? And in order to reach certain stages, you have to actually use more and more of the capacity of computers, basically. And the computers use capacity of energy and all that crap. We already know that AI requires ridiculous amount of resources to fulfill its duties. And the cost versus value ratio, I'm sorry, bro. It's not there. Like, it's a very shocking technology, and a lot of people like want to have it, but I still think the cost is actually gonna outweigh the value of AI, especially when values like negative sometimes. It's being used against us in both sides. The criminals and the government often work together, especially in the apocalypse. Those are evil forces by accident. Evil frames you and government catches you. How about that, you know? It's just a very messed up situation. So there's different levels introduced by Shane, and we have seen so much innovation, but it's just like, wow, okay, we can do that. You know, humanity can accept like, wow, we can do that. We can basically fake a lot of stuff and make a lot of stuff very quickly. What's the point of that? And yeah, the moment we reach a certain level, we establish ourselves. This PC farm, it just establishes camp on something, and now anyone can generate this level of content pretty much. This cannot be taken away from you. However, there's still a server that has to compile all the information. So it's still attached to a PC farm. It's just not as, it's very optimized, I would imagine. But like reaching higher levels in trading is even more intense than just generating random crap. Because that's publicly available, and privately available stuff is trading. Or not available, basically. Because it's fucking private. Obviously, I'm trying to wrap my head around this topic as much as possible. And I might be wrong in some circumstances. That's just how my content works. I allow myself to fill in the gaps with speculation, because that will fix itself anyways, Causing mental illness and meaninglessness. That's another thing, That's why it's so scary. It feels like it's going to cause mental illness. It's another thing that's actually going to increase the problems of loneliness and authority overwatch and just more fears. But obviously, again, the world is changing. Like this is the apocalypse. This is where the most changes are going to happen with these within these 8 years, right? In fact, loneliness was the pandemic, was the actual consequences of 2020 and 21. It's actually amplifying loneliness because this is the only way we can actually solve it. But you can see the entire world is trying to solve that one thing. It's kind of fascinating to me because that's where I'm just like stuck in it. And you have no idea how many people are actually stuck to just be lonely and wanting to be content creators just because they're lonely, right? They're stuck next to the internet, giving them everything they need to sustain through the day and just sort of wait. Because I don't know how much life is there in that. I don't feel like necessarily I'm living life or interacting with enough people to justify this sort of existence. Something has to give, Because you can sort of call me out on just being mentally ill. In some situations, I like going crazy. Let's say when I play games, so I don't care. I'm playing game. I'm just messing around, right? You can't circle that out of context and call it mental illness. That's literally the opposite of I go crazy because I can. I am literally allowed to, and I should take the opportunity to dump all the mentally ill bullshit to the side, of my life, where it doesn't play a role of making me lose reputation, let's put it that way. Making me look crazy to people around me. Anyways, this is what I'm realizing. The soul thievery has been around forever. There's always a new invention that steals your soul. In this case, we have been dealing with 100 years of music distribution. It has maybe almost been longer than that, but it's solid 100 years now of making music. And this was as groundbreaking as AI is right now. I'm hoping, that's the equivalent we're living in. However, it feels like the music industry has been like just slowly evolving, and I think AI industry is going to slowly evolve the same way. Like we have technology prepared basically for this to happen. Let's say instruments have been invented like radio has been invented for music to start happening all over the place. Cassettes, tapes, all this weird shit that you can buy in the stores and plug it in, and all of a sudden you hear music come out. This was the big breakthrough in humanity, to be able to distribute sounds, music, all this stuff, right? Not television. Television was a way to just kind of make humanity dormant next to a screen. So it was like the end of music, I would say. Until YouTube happens, and then it's just another breakthrough. The internet breakthrough where music actually flourishes once more for the final time, basically. Where we have like solid celebrities, solid artists making music. And they are celebrities because they make music. They are the most popular people because they make music. So this soul thievery has been actually experienced, and you can put music and AI parallel to each other as a new history is being made, very similar to what we experienced 100 years ago. Because it's still, imagine, it's a trippy experience to all of a sudden be able to buy a physical media and it plays music for you. That was a fucking trippy experience. Back in the day, we just had books, bro. That's it. And we just grow fruits in our garden. And then we heat our homes with fucking wooden blocks. That's the life. And the only thing that changes that life is music. The only highest level technology that was available in that particular time was just something that would also travel across the world and be distributed across the world. That one technology that spread out like wildfire. It is so important to recognize that, I think, the same way that I did. And yes, there's a lot of demons in there. Because it's just that scary. To the point where I'm sort of like recognizing that music was able to emit fear to other people. In this case, AI can actually store your fear or reflect your fear back to you because you tell it what to do. And it could be a reflection of fear. If you tell AI to do scary things, I will show you something right now. One of the AI applications that might have slipped through your fingers and you did not notice is, again, enhancing the job of these creators. And Annoying Orange has never been scarier and more disturbing in the history of Annoying Orange. It's just never been this way. Like, these videos are insane. I don't want to watch them. I don't want to see fucking shit melting and turning into black goo, basically. Just the thumbnails alone are just insanely creepy and unclickable. It achieved its own purpose, basically. So, the dude has mastered AI this year, pretty much, right? And using that to enhance his work somehow. I mean, that's masterful. You might have missed it, how weird it is. So it definitely can reflect your fears, can definitely enhance your just disgusting insides of your brain in case you decide to fucking summon demons from this portal. But yeah, this is where I realized, like, it's music related very much. And people who use AI properly, it's like a game. We will find who's victorious in the election year. This is how we're going to elect people, because anyone can make AI stuff, but like, what is the most beautiful, what is the most powerful thing we can make? That is still yet to be found, right? So that's what we're going to be electing across the world, bro. Back in the day, you have to elect yourself and say something very positive in a song, very likely, all right, for it to spread across the world. In this case, this is what we're doing right now. Because technically what AI has been is, again, just here's this toy. You can sort of do whatever you want, obviously. It's going to get censored the moment the rules get broken. Something gets broken, it's going to be patched. That's the whole idea, right? And people should be discouraged from using AI in, like, malicious ways. Alright, that's cool. Meaning that once we go in the correct direction, and everyone is going in the correct direction, it becomes a race. It becomes something people recognize of, like, well, we're all doing the same thing, right? We all look at each other, and it's like, okay, race, bam, slime, election year. Election year happens 2026. And yes, I can predict the future. It's not that fucking difficult anymore. And I don't use AI for it. I just observe things happening and accumulating, basically. And I just kind of declare what the vibe is of a year. It might not be as extreme as I describe it, but the world is just, like, moving so fast. Everything is extreme. Like, Trump getting shot is somewhat of a close prediction that I had, simply because I declared the year to be the purge, where people just, gonna attack the things other people own. So we owned a president, and president got attacked for running for a second term because people didn't like it. It feels like that, right? Like loot. Oh, let's loot his life, that sort of thing. And it was just the chain event because, like, who's gonna do it? Who's gonna actually go ahead with that operation? Because, like, president is still surrounded by Secret Service and all that shit. Is a pretty fascinating thing that it was even possible to shoot at him in the first place. In other words, watch my video about the purge. Why my fingers don't work. For we have reached level 280, and that's maxed out to some extent. Purge is still happening. But right now it's winter time, and I don't expect anything crazy to happen in actuality. Alright? And people could be mesmerized by AI right now, slowly. Of like, oh, this is the cool thing everyone is doing. That's harmless-ish. Yes, find a job, find a girlfriend, find someone to talk to. This is, the guiding light that AI could be. This is the highest level it could achieve, and, well, it's hard. Like, what does that mean? What's gonna happen when AI is gonna start finding things like that? And I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. Like, this is a whole next level engine. And people are often just, like, one-directional, right? They just see some kind of challenge and they want to just push as hard as they can in certain generative ways right now, which is image, word generation, and music. But, we can only scale AI as much as we observe it, right? And we lead it forwards. We push it forward with our observation, and because we have to still correct it to some extent, we have to be able to know that AI actually did the right thing. And it just can't just possibly just get out of control and start making singularities and all that shit. Like, whatever Shane is scared of, it's not that easy to do, all right? And I don't think people have the actual capacity to do any of that, because when the fear surrounds them, they have to answer to it. And the fear is that just, like, people are not living good enough lives and they need to upgrade yet again. Their lives have to be upgraded from just, going outdoors, now being indoors in a fucking room with internet attached to it, to going outdoors again, I would imagine. Getting a job, getting likable people to surround you. Like, all that shit is, everyone wants that shit. To defeat loneliness is literally the purpose of AI, the best purpose, currently. The war zone that's going on. Far more intimidating than Russia attacking Ukraine. Not stopping yet. It pisses me off, man. It is still weird that celebrities were not abused and the guardrails were like viciously put into place. Like, you can't possibly generate much of celebrity shit at all. Except you can. You can slap celebrity face on top of any nudity there is on the internet. It's called deep faking, basically. So, yes, you can. I'm just surprised that people are not generating that right now. It's not widely available, and a lot of guardrails actually stopped people from doing that right now. So, I looked at it as like, well, purge is happening, and people were able to do it for a period of time. It's kind of fascinating. For a period, and celebrities clapped back and it worked. And I'm still shocked about it. You know. Now, one thing that celebrities are not taking down is just fake versions of themselves, where you can just chat to a fake Cardi B, apparently. Ice Spice. That's what Shane is into right now. Anyways. So that's what Shane highlighted, right? In his video, he's just calling a celebrity a faked celebrity, and now he can just chat and have like a romance brewing immediately. I think we should get to the next level, Shane Dawson says. And when Shane Dawson says that, holy shit, it doesn't mean any romantic things whatsoever. The best meaning of it is like, he ate a burger, and now we're going to the next level, which is eating a bigger burger. The big burger. Oh no, Shane Dawson next level is pretty nasty, bro. Cynicism is going to be on the rise, simply because celebrities are no longer protected. You know, they can be shredded. A sense of them, you can take their ghost and interact with that ghost more than with the actual celebrity, which kind of deprives them of protection of fans surrounding them and protecting them from all this cynical shit of just criticism across the board of like everything you do is bad, is just not good enough. That sort of cynicism just is rising and consuming more and more reputation. It's like this secret cancel culture is actually just cynics hating on things and becoming viral somehow. Now, I don't think you have a good perception of this. I just hang on to Katy Perry's video that I've made when cynics attacked, and I'm like, shit, this left me an impression. This is literally what they do. They have nothing else to do. They're not here to enjoy music. They're just here to criticize viciously. And so celebrities are now like more and more vulnerable, basically. To the point where if you like the real thing, it might be even more than the real thing. It might be a journey of you appreciating reality while everyone else is getting their brains fried with AI. So, interesting. The dead internet, basically, is happening. Internet is dying because you just never know what is real and what is fake. The line is getting blurry, right? People can sort of tell because it's the CGI behavior, right? It's like, oh, the CGI is so bad, I can see it, you know? I can see the difference between reality and CGI, and it's just like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. It's already scary to me, you know? The idea that you won't be able to tell the difference, yeah. And that a lot of people already cannot tell the difference because it's just a lot of effort. Like, why even bother trying to zoom into the picture to tell the difference? You just accept whatever you see on the screen. That's just how it goes, right? So the internet is dying because of that. Interesting, right? And now making the conclusion of like, here's the 4 things that AI says to me that is the biggest threat. AI is technically a cluster of people's feelings and what people talk about. And artificial intelligence seemingly stands out from the rest of the group. But at the same time, this group is a bunch of fake shit. There's nothing apocalyptic about nuclear power. The moment someone sends a nuke, they will get nuked out of existence, and that's it. So you don't want to be the bad guy who starts it all, because you're just going to be obliterated immediately. Climate change is not real, because it cannot be possibly quantified and understood by a normal human being. Climate is just like energy going up into the sky and just messing around with the world. Whether the world has to be hotter, colder, windier, it's for the climate to decide, what it wants to do. Because climate is like its own entity, its own god above us. When people say there is no old man in the clouds, I beg to differ, for that is what you fear of. The climate change, that is the god in the clouds. That is the shit moving above you that you can't possibly reach and manipulate in any way. Even if government has the power to do that, government still has to point a fucking finger into the sky and tell a bunch of people to actually sit in their big-ass planes and try and manipulate weather. I mean, I'm sorry, bro. It's not that simple. But I still don't believe the narrative of carbon dioxide going up there and creating a layer that's magnifying sun's rays and trapping them in this atmosphere. This is the most unbelievable story I've ever heard. Plus, that gases can actually create a chamber, a closed chamber in the earth. Even though, if you know how Earth works, there are layers of densities, and the rays would just, find the way through these densities. And if the carbon is over here, it's just going to go to its own density level, and it's not going to create a magical fucking layer of something. It's just insane to me that science has agreed that climate change is reality and have never actually fully explained what the fuck's going on. We just made it up, and shit is getting hotter every single year. Oh yes, the summer was hot. I'm not gonna lie. The summer was hot, and it's scary all of a sudden. But that's it. I survived, and we can always go to the colder climates and survive and see what happens next. And if that's what they predicted, that the summer is going to be insanely hot, I mean, that's pretty scary. Where is it going from here? I just still don't think it's a thing that can destroy humanity. But yeah, there's definitely things to learn from that. All right, and let's go for next year, because it's still an anomaly for a summer to be hot, I think. I don't think it was that way 2 years ago. I think it was just a very big anomaly. At least where I lived. In Europe, it just got hotter, way hotter. The global pandemic, the thing that we just did yesterday, We just survived yesterday. And it's like, how is this a threat? We don't even understand it either. We don't understand most of these things at all. And that includes artificial intelligence. We just don't understand it, so that's why we fear it. We fear the things we don't understand that hold power over us. So pandemic just messed up the world to the point where it's like, oh, this could kill the world. And the reality is just fear. Pandemic is just fear to the point where people are dying from fear. And you think of what the fuck is going on? And that's going to kill you because fear accumulates now within you. If enough people die close to you, you're going to be impacted tremendously. Your health is going to go down. You must understand how this works. This is not a fucking virus. Fear reduces health at least by 50%. You can agree that to be a logical reality, that fear would reduce your health or like mental health by 50% over and over again. This could keep on happening as well. The more death and destruction is happening around you, fear will reduce your productivity, all these things. Like, your life is going to fucking shrink very quickly because of fear. That's the pandemic. I just see fear. I don't see concrete evidence that this could actually lead towards any sort of destruction. It's more like a personality type of thing that I can turn into a cake because there's 4. I asked for 4, but that's what Shane found as well. That AI gives 4 scenarios, and I'm like, yes, I'll take that. Thank you very much. And AI happened to be in the bottom of this list, despite being the scariest thing, the most realistic thing, but it still requires some fucking brain-hacked genius to try and take over the world, basically. The pinky and the brain situation actually coming to reality. Isn't that crazy? So, otherwise, we will all be in this boat together. Some people gonna sink with the boat. So, I mean, the boat is not gonna sink, but some people are just gonna get overboard, thrown overboard, just get into fights and all that shit. AI is definitely a boat. People who are trying to master it can get in trouble for doing so in various ways. So, it's dangerous. I'll show you one dangers of AI, my friends. And the shit that I was talking about. See, you can type in girl. And girl technically means a young female, right, at this point. But am I obligated to type in a woman? Girl is just like something you define most women as. Like 50-50, bro. 50 is girl and 50 is women. That's how I see it. So to see that just generating, just given to you for free, I mean, I feel like I'm getting into some fucking hot territory where people are just like talking about groomers and pedophiles and all that shit, and I'm just like, I can now generate that. I can just create nudity out of it. Like, the power is within your hands to get in trouble all of a sudden, to just have the CP, as it's called, the child P, is just readily available for you. You don't even have to search for it anymore. You don't even have to tell the internet, tell the Googles that you're a predator of some kind. So, in a way, we have to now imagine that this is like normal and I'm not sexualizing these girls just because I typed in a fucking word. Am I in trouble for typing in a word? Because this is the amount of work that I've done. The AI did the rest. My intention is not to find girls, okay? But my intention is also not to correct myself, unfortunately. We also have to accept reality equally as respect reality. Let's put it that way. So, unfortunately, even though celebrities are in the clear, there's one type of people that internet hates so much that's we're not in the clear with those people right now. They're just literally getting what they wanted. In fact, we have caught Diddy, but the rest of the world is now turning into, predatory state where anyone can just get that right now. And is it worth even catching these people anymore? Yeah, this is where the lines get very blurry. Even Shane can probably not talk about this. Like, this is too much. This is too deep already. He didn't even touch porn in that sense. Which is kind of weird to me, but, you know, that's the gap that I will fill in very quickly, because that's what I'm interested in. I'm kind of lustful, bro, for that shit. In case it happens, but it didn't happen. So, very interesting. Well, it's kind of happening. I'm kind of seeing something. I've even found porn categories that are just insane, bro. By the, let me put them out, alright? AI filter. These don't exist, basically. But they're just insane. Harlem Shake, boys. Yeah. Those are two porn categories. They don't exist. But they're sort of happening. You know, here and there. There's sparks, and it's just like the most mind-blowing shit. The AI filter, you can turn into any character, basically. You can deepfake anything. So might as well just keep on switching characters, doing porn. Or any cartoon character can be deepfaked as well. Like, the possibilities are endless. Up to this point, like, AI filter is completely different from a deepfake. Deepfake is now old. Because AI filter can actually, like, give you different hair, give you different hair color, just completely decapitate a person and put a new head on top if it has to. Maybe it can even change the body features as well, right? It can change the entire body, deepfake entire body. All the actual deepfake is just the face. This is the shit I have to, like, confront when I'm lustful for this corn technology. And I feel like I'm already in a deep enough end, but it's not moving fast. It's just kind of weird. Like, you would think people have already flooded internet with this stuff, and it's just not the case. You know, no one broke the internet with this. So I'm deeply looking at it, and these things don't exist. But just there's one video here and there that makes me feel like, yes, those are new porn categories that are about to happen, about to be the thing. But just like, you know, there's free use, right? Just like this one, it's actually manufactured by one website and one website alone. There's always going to be a front runner that does all the work to propagate a certain category. So, interesting, I'll say that much. It's very interesting. For me, this was just like a mind-blowing experience. This is that thing that exists, and it keeps getting more and more popular, I imagine, because it's just fucking mind-blowing. There's another new porn category-ish, which is TikTok porn. All right? This is where the algorithm shifts from the websites serving you videos to the bite-sized portions, and it's much more convenient, and it's also evolving very quickly. And there's the thing that I have to mention alongside with, you know what. Now, I was willing to, like, the video is coming to an end. I wanted to, like, find the best model. What I'm going to tell you guys is that I'm experimenting. I'm putting a lot of models to the test to see if they give me kind of relatively what I want in a high quality, but it's still just, you know, that sort of entertainment. All right? Dealing with women and extracting power from women is what I do to stay alive and stay sane, because women are not in my life and they're not nice to me. So every day that women are not nice to me, I have the right to steal power from them using AI. This is the way you can actually, you know, strike back. And it's the power that you have to know that you have, unfortunately. Anyone that abuses you and withholds things that you really like to have, makes them too expensive or just unapproachable to the point where you don't even know what it takes to get what you want, right? That means that the women are just withholding something. Like if you have to go to the dating websites and put on the prettiest image of yourself and pretend to be something you're not, just to manipulate women into talking to you, I mean, that's just painful, I would say. It's all just painful. I know people want to, like, find the best parts of reality, but the best thing about reality is to chill and not take things too seriously. And you can talk to a fat person as well as the supermodel. You can talk to anyone, but no one is doing it. No one is, loosening up across the internet, which makes no fucking sense because everyone is drunk, doing drugs basically. But on the internet, everyone is just constrained somehow. And it just blows my mind. How do you do that? How do you do both? I wonder. And at the same time, they're not constraining themselves when it comes to hatred. You're just going to find a lot of hate comments after every single pursuit of fame against someone else. You're just going to get hated by fans of certain things. Even if, like, just supporting Trump, you're going to get haters. That sort of thing is happening across the world, despite there's no merit to it. It's just people have no actual self-control, but when it comes to having a conversation, they have a lot of self-control to run away from that shit. And it's just such a weird thing, I would say, to the point where AI has to be used to find people who want to talk to each other at this point. That is insane to me, but that's what it is. Yeah, it's far more dangerous than nuke. That's just not true. And Elon Musk will always propagate AI danger because that's his sales tactic. Funny enough, he is selling this technology. He's on the edge, technically, on this technology. He wants to sell Teslas, right? And he's going to say that AI is just, like, so fucking dangerous. It's already, like, so advanced and can drive your car. But it can't. It's just not safe enough. It is dangerous. You can't even drive an AI car yet. Thank you very much, Elon, for saying your stupid thing, basically. And then Shane Dawson picks it up and just propagates it even more because, wow, look, Elon Musk, the smart guy, said a scary thing, right? So yeah, all of these are propagated fears. They're not as real as you think. It's just there's a lot of mystery surrounding these things. And until you solve these mysteries, you're going to be fearful of that. You're going to be a green giant trembling and scared of every single government out there because anything can get just wiped off the face of existence, apparently, so quickly. Some kind of disease can spread across the world while technology is spreading uncontrollably and permanently. Wow, so scary. Alright, well, time is moving forward, and it's just best to fucking loosen up and let shit happen as long as it doesn't, kill things. I think it's still very reasonable to say that. Well, shit just happened, unfortunately. We just got the next level of technology that we will have to learn how to use in a positive manner. What is the most positive thing we can do? I've also done this, right? What is the most manipulative thing? I just asked AI to, like, finish my thought about this, and I put together a cake, which has nothing to do with AI. It's just different countries, like Americans are going to be impressionable people who will try to make you bow down to prominent figures. This is where you get all the haters. People are impressed by someone and they will fight for them. It's just like armies are being built below every celebrity and just kind of nasty. But at the same time, there's a cancel culture that recognizes that armies are being built around celebrities and that there's toxic fan bases, and it's just fun attacking them, basically. So there's cancel culture to counter that. So yeah, it's very interesting. The blockade culture in Europe, savagery culture in Russia and India, intimidation culture in Asian region. So you have a whole cake of manipulation, of manipulating people and creating a culture around it. You know, to manipulate is technically to extract value out of people. So of course, this is what would make up a culture in the end. Very interesting as well. I think this is pretty much it. Everyone is going to have a gun, basically. Everyone's going to have this dangerous AI technology. And if you start using it, you might get shot yourself. You just don't know. This is why people just don't do dangerous things, because you will get in danger much more likely than if you just stay away from all the drama, so to speak. And then there's this laser focus singularity. You can focus laser anywhere else, solving other problems. It's just AI just went on a generative way to generate a bunch of internet content to compete against that, because that is being generated in general. But there's so many more things to try and achieve for AI. So until laser focus actually shifts to other applications, I'm not going to be too impressed, right? No one's going to be too impressed. And at some point, you know, the graphical infidelity is maximized, and why the fuck would you go this direction anymore? I mean, fidelity. I don't think infidelity is a word. And obviously everyone's dream is just AI finds Putin and eliminates Putin, because no one needs that stupid weird leader to stand up for Russian people and just withholds their self-esteem to go to war. I mean, why can't leaders just be decapitated? Of course they can, and they should be. And it's insane not to. It's just kind of insane, right? Creating these war crimes, like, until government is actually taken accountable for starting a war immediately and hunted down with AI, with just a fucking massive drone attack of, like, if someone declares war, fucking 1,000 drones start hunting them down and searching for them, basically. Alright, you start a war, let's find where the fuck you are, basically. You want war, you will have to fight 1,000 drones. Almost every day. In case those drones die, 1,000 more get released, you know, to hunt you down because you declared war. Like, why the fuck would you do that? You have to find peaceful ways to achieve more power. And it's just fascinating to me that it didn't happen. 1,000 drones is not chasing Putin down. What the fuck is wrong with that? You know? It just seems the most natural thing to do. But I guess we're still behind in technology at the moment, and we're just gonna let war happen as if it's like some kind of playground of human sacrifice. You know, let's sacrifice some Russians and Ukrainians and see what war looks like. That's the best case scenario. That's what's going on right now. Let's just see what's going on when we make two countries fight each other. You know, that's the only way you can reason that shit. And I still don't know what the fuck's going on in Israel, by the way. So, this is just a simple thought of technology advancing means that we're gonna sit in our homes more rather than actually enjoy driving cars and all that shit. Yeah, we could. We could enjoy driving cars. To where, though? What will we experience? Until AI actually finds us friends and people to meet with, and we are excited about doing so, There's no reason to hop into a car and just go to a random place just to see how it looks like and touch some dirt or ice or see some wildlife. I mean, it's cool, and it's definitely a trip that is worth experiencing when it's safe enough to do so. But the reality is that the day-to-day life is to remove cars from existence, or remove passengers, even remove drivers from existence. So everything is just autonomous and things are delivered to your door very conveniently. So it's the opposite. It's like self-driving cars is kind of not even that necessary. It's more like delivery drones matter more. And just learning how to deliver information so you can work in a factory without going to the factory. Eliminating transportation and commuting is just such a powerful thing that it's the next thing AI should be doing, technically. Eliminating commuting. Yes. I should put it down. Is the next big thing in AI technology when it comes to like actually making shit happen and not just like making internet content. So and the moment you eliminate all the cars, you can actually get across the street because every car will stop at the same rate pretty much. The world will be such a safer place. Everyone can cross the street at any moment. There's not going to be any lights going on. Like, imagine that world. Just a safer place. Like, this is the next big thing simply because it kills people more than anything else. The death rates of cars is huge and has to be tackled immediately. So this is the thing that Elon Musk should be talking about. Not the danger of AI, but the safety of AI when it's implemented in the roads and replaces drivers. Out of here, you know? When AI is used in a appropriate way, it can make a world safer. Not the other way around. We just need to learn how that is done in the first place. To every Shane Dawson video, there's an equivalent of people like Adam Conover that's talking about AI snake oil, basically. AI bubble is bursting. You know, this is anti-Shane Dawson. So if you want to get the full context and two sides of the story, besides mine, of course, that you just got, thank you for watching. Yes, I thought it would be like an interesting thing, but it just turned into a narrative where it's just like, well, there's predators out there and they get free content now. They don't have to go anywhere, which is kind of nice. You know, can we just like appreciate our children are not going to be diddled anymore because people are just getting what they want, and that's sort of a nice thing. Is like I looked at it as like, well, this is kind of disgusting. Predators get what they want; they get rewarded basically. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, at least they're gonna pursue less children, hopefully, and we can catch them even faster and faster, basically, if their intentions are gonna be a little bit more intense. Let's put it that way. So, I don't know. I don't see the darkness, but there's definitely a new technology that will spike new election of people who can handle that technology, who can be the celebrities of this technology. Because if you master AI, you master singing, you know, you master entertainment, you're just basically on top of the game. But to be able to actually introduce AI into other people's lives, because this is uncanny valley, you can't, it's going to be hard, you know, to convince people that you're good with AI and you're worth attention, you're worth paying attention to. Because if you do it like this, how annoying Orange is doing, I mean, yeah. No, you're bad with AI. You're disqualified. already. See you guys next time.